When you raise your standards, you raise your life. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today. Stop accepting average and start demanding excellence. You are capable of so much more. Raise your standards so high that you can't help but achieve your dreams. Are you ready to stop settling for less and start demanding more from yourself? What if I told you that the key to unlocking your full potential is raising your standards? In this video, we'll talk about how to stop accepting mediocrity and start pushing yourself to be your best every single day. It's time to break old habits, set higher goals, and take full control of your life. If you're ready to take that step and transform the way you live, stay with me. Let's raise those standards and start living the life you deserve. Number 1, demand more from yourself and refuse to settle for less. If you want to change your life, you have to change what you expect from yourself. You cannot sit back and hope that things will improve on their own. You have to take action. You have to decide that from this moment forward, you will no longer accept anything less than your absolute best. That is how real progress happens. That is how success is built. It starts with a personal commitment to demand more from yourself every single day. People who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to settle. They set high expectations for themselves and never back down from them. They push through difficulties, they work harder, they discipline themselves, and they never accept excuses. That is what separates those who succeed from those who struggle. The difference is in the standards they set. Look at your life right now. Be honest with yourself. Are you living up to your full potential? Are you giving your best effort in everything you do? Or have you been taking shortcuts, making excuses, or avoiding difficult tasks? If you are not getting the results you want, it is because your standards are not high enough. You have been allowing yourself to do less than what you are capable of. That has to change today. Everything you do, every choice you make, every habit you build, it all comes from the standards you set for yourself. If you allow yourself to procrastinate, that becomes your standard. If you allow yourself to quit when things get tough, that becomes your standard. If you allow yourself to stay in the same place year after year without making progress, that becomes your standard. The only way to break free is to demand more. You have to stop accepting weakness from yourself. Stop giving yourself permission to be lazy. Stop allowing distractions to steal your time. Stop looking for the easy way out. Success does not come to those who wait for the right moment. It comes to those who take action despite the difficulties. You must be willing to do what most people will not do. Every time you settle for less, you train yourself to accept mediocrity. It becomes a habit. You get comfortable with doing the bare minimum, and before you know it, years have passed, and you are still in the same place. That is why you have to break this cycle now. You have to raise your expectations for yourself and follow through with action. Start by deciding that you will never again accept anything less than your best effort. If you say you are going to do something, do it with full commitment. If you have a goal, work toward it every single day. No more excuses, no more delays, no more half-hearted attempts. When you demand more from yourself, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your mindset changes. You start to feel a new sense of purpose. You no longer tolerate laziness. You stop looking for shortcuts. You develop the kind of discipline that leads to real results. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who have achieved great success, the ones who have built strong, disciplined lives. Do you think they let themselves settle? Do you think they accept excuses? No. They hold themselves to the highest standards. They push themselves beyond their limits. They do what is necessary, no matter how they feel. You have that same power within you. You just have to make the decision to use it. You have to stop waiting for motivation and start taking action. You have to commit to giving your best effort in everything you do, no matter how small. When you demand more from yourself, you will face challenges. There will be moments when you feel tired, when you feel like quitting, when your mind tries to convince you to take the easy way out. That is when you have to push even harder. That is when you have to remind yourself why you started. You are capable of so much more than you realize. You have the potential to achieve incredible things, but it will not happen if you keep accepting less from yourself. You have to step up. You have to take full control. You have to make a commitment right now that from this day forward, you will never again lower your standards. Number 2, break old habits and build new, powerful daily routines. Your life is built on the habits you follow every single day. The way you think, the way you act, the results you get, it all comes from what you do consistently. If you want to improve your life, you have to start by changing your habits. You cannot keep repeating the same actions and expect different outcomes. You must break the habits that are holding you back and replace them with routines that push you forward. Look at your current habits. Be honest with yourself. What are the things you do every day that are slowing you down? Are you wasting time on distractions? Are you neglecting your responsibilities? Are you skipping the things that could make you better? Every habit you have is either helping you grow or keeping you stuck. The first step to real change is recognizing the behaviors that are stopping you from reaching your full potential. Once you see the habits that need to go, you must take immediate action. Do not wait. Do not make excuses. Decide right now that you are done with anything that weakens you. If you have been sleeping in too late, break that habit. If you have been wasting hours on entertainment, cut it out. If you have been skipping workouts, fix it. There is no negotiation here. You must take control of your actions and demand a higher level of discipline from yourself. Breaking bad habits is not easy, but it is necessary. Your mind will resist change. It will try to convince you to go back to what is comfortable, but comfort is not the goal. Growth is the goal. Success is the goal. Becoming the strongest version of yourself is the goal. You have to push past the resistance and take charge of your behavior. Once you eliminate bad habits, the next step is to build strong daily routines. This is where real transformation happens. Every successful person follows a set of routines that keep them on track. They do not leave their progress to chance. They create systems that make success inevitable. Start by designing your mornings with purpose. The first hours of your day set the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up and immediately waste time, your whole day will reflect that. But if you start with productive actions, you build momentum that carries you forward. Wake up early. Plan your day. Move your body. Feed your mind with something positive. Take full control of your morning, and you will feel a shift in your energy and focus. Your routines must also include time for deep work. Success does not come from being busy. It comes from being focused. Schedule time each day to work on your most important goals without distraction. No interruptions, no multitasking, just pure concentrated effort. This is how real progress is made. Another critical routine is self-discipline. Train yourself to do what is necessary, even when you do not feel like it. Set clear expectations for yourself and follow through every single time. Discipline is not about motivation, it is about commitment. The more you practice self-control, the stronger you become. Your daily habits should also include learning. Never let a day pass without improving your knowledge or skills. Read books. Study successful people. Take notes. Apply what you learn. The more you grow mentally, the more prepared you will be for opportunities. You must also build habits that strengthen your health. Your body is the foundation of everything you do. If you neglect it, your energy and focus will suffer. Move every day. Eat food that fuels you. Stay consistent with your physical training. A strong body leads to a strong mind. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is another essential habit. Be intentional about who you spend time with. If the people around you are negative, lazy, or unmotivated, their habits will rub off on you. Find people who push you to be better. Learn from those who have already achieved success. Put yourself in environments that challenge you to grow. Building powerful habits is not about making big changes all at once. It is about small daily actions that add up over time. Do not overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything in one day. Pick one habit, master it, then move to the next. The key is consistency. Your future is shaped by the decisions you make today. If you continue with the same habits, you will get the same results. But if you take control, break the patterns that are holding you back, and replace them with routines that move you forward, you will transform your life. Number 3. Surround yourself with winners and cut out negativity. The people you surround yourself with have a powerful impact on your life. They shape your thoughts, influence your emotions, and determine the level of success you reach. If you want to raise your standards and become the best version of yourself, you must be intentional about who you allow in your life. Winners push you forward, while negative people hold you back. That is why you must surround yourself with winners and cut out negativity. Take a moment to think about the people in your life right now. Who do you spend the most time with? What kind of energy do they bring into your life? Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they keeping you stuck in the same place? If the people around you are constantly complaining, making excuses, or doubting themselves, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with disciplined, motivated, and successful people, you will naturally start thinking and acting at a higher level. Your environment matters more than you realize. If you are around people who have low expectations, you will lower your own expectations. If you spend time with people who accept mediocrity, you will start accepting mediocrity. But if you put yourself in the company of winners, you will feel the pressure to level up. You will start expecting more from yourself. You will start demanding excellence in everything you do. Winners do not waste time on negativity. They do not engage in gossip. They do not complain about things they cannot change. They focus on solutions. They take responsibility for their actions. They work hard to improve their lives. That is the kind of mindset you need to adopt. That is the kind of energy you need to surround yourself with. If you are serious about raising your standards, you need to eliminate all negative influences from your life. Stop spending time with people who drain your energy. Stop listening to those who doubt your potential. Stop engaging with anyone who encourages bad habits. If someone in your life is constantly bringing negativity, it does not matter how long you have known them. You must distance yourself. Your future is too important to be influenced by the wrong people. Cutting people out is not easy. You might feel guilty. You might feel like you owe them something. But you must remember this. Your success and growth come first. You cannot afford to let anyone drag you down. You have to protect your mindset, your energy, and your future. The moment you start removing negative influences, you will feel a shift in your life. Your mind will be clearer, your motivation will increase, your confidence will grow. Once you cut out negativity, the next step is to actively seek out winners. Find people who are ahead of you. Look for those who have already achieved the success you are working toward. Learn from them. Observe how they think, how they work, how they handle challenges. The more time you spend around winners, the more you will start thinking and acting like one. Winning is a mindset, and it is contagious. When you are around people who are constantly improving, pushing themselves and striving for greatness, you will naturally feel inspired to do the same. You will start setting bigger goals. You will stop making excuses. You will raise your standards without even realizing it. Do not just wait for the right people to come into your life. Go out and find them. Attend events where successful people gather. Join communities of like-minded individuals. Read books written by those who have achieved greatness. Absorb their wisdom. Apply their principles. Make sure that every influence in your life is pushing you forward. You also need to become the kind of person that winners want to be around. Winners do not spend time with people who make excuses, complain, or waste time. They surround themselves with other winners. That means you need to develop the right habits. You need to work hard, stay disciplined, and focus on growth. The more you improve yourself, the more you will attract the right people into your life. Changing your environment will change your future. The people you associate with today will determine where you end up in the next 5 or 10 years. If you want to reach new levels of success, you must be willing to separate yourself from anything that holds you back. Surround yourself with winners. Cut out negativity. Take full control of the influences in your life. Your future depends on it. Number 4. Set higher goals and commit to relentless self-improvement. Your life is a reflection of the goals you set for yourself. If your goals are small, your results will be small. If your goals are weak, your motivation will be weak. If you settle for average, you will stay average. That is why you must set higher goals and commit to relentless self-improvement. If you want a better life, you must demand more from yourself and never stop growing. Most people set goals based on what they think is possible, not what they truly want. They aim for what feels safe and comfortable, not what will challenge them to grow. But safety and comfort will never lead to greatness. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must be willing to think bigger, dream bigger, and push yourself further than you ever have before. Setting higher goals forces you to raise your standards. It forces you to operate at a higher level. When you set a goal that is beyond what you have ever done before, you wake up with a new sense of urgency. You stop wasting time. You stop making excuses. You start looking for solutions. You start developing the mindset of a winner. Do not settle for goals that are easy to reach. Easy goals will not change your life. Set goals that scare you. Set goals that require you to develop new skills, new habits, and new levels of discipline. When you raise your goals, you raise your expectations. And when you raise your expectations, you start unlocking potential that you did not even know you had. But setting higher goals is not enough. You must also commit to relentless self-improvement. Every single day, you must work on becoming better than you were yesterday. If you want to achieve something great, you must develop the skills, the mindset, and the discipline required to reach that level. You cannot expect success without growth. You cannot demand more from life without demanding more from yourself. Look at where you are right now. What skills do you need to improve? What weaknesses are holding you back? What knowledge are you missing? The only way to reach your biggest goals is to become the person who is capable of achieving them. That means learning more, working harder, and constantly pushing yourself beyond your limits. Self-improvement is not something you do once in a while. It is not something you do only when you feel motivated. It must become a part of who you are. Winners do not wait for the perfect moment to get better. They improve themselves every day. No matter what, they study, they train, they refine their skills, and they never stop growing. That is the mindset you need to adopt. You must be intentional about your growth. Do not just hope that you will improve over time. Make it happen. Create a plan for your self-improvement. Schedule time every day to read, learn, and develop new skills. Push yourself to do things that challenge you. Seek out mentors who can help you grow. Never let a day go by without making progress. Growth requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires pushing past discomfort. Most people give up when things get hard. Most people stay the same because they are not willing to endure the struggle that comes with growth. But if you want to reach higher levels, you must be different. You must be willing to do what others refuse to do. Success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about daily effort. It is about showing up every single day and putting in the work, even when you do not feel like it. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. The more you learn, the more opportunities you create. The more disciplined you are, the faster you reach your goals. Your future is in your hands. You can choose to stay the same, or you can choose to rise. You can choose to make excuses, or you can choose to take control. If you want to change your life, set higher goals. If you want to succeed, commit to self-improvement. Never settle. Never stop. Keep moving forward. Keep getting better. Your best days are ahead, but only if you are willing to work for them. Number 5. Stop making excuses and take full control now. Excuses keep people stuck. They justify inaction. They make failure acceptable. They give people permission to stay the same. But if you want to raise your standards and create a better life, you must stop making excuses and take full control now. Every second you spend blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck is a second wasted. The moment you take full responsibility, everything changes. Excuses feel comfortable. They make people feel safe. They allow them to avoid discomfort, effort, and accountability. But excuses do not solve problems. They do not create progress. They do not build success. When you make an excuse, you give away your power. You tell yourself that you are not in control. You convince yourself that something outside of you is stopping you from moving forward. But the truth is, nothing is stopping you except your own mindset. Look at your life right now. What are the things you have been putting off? What goals have you been neglecting? What dreams have you talked about for years but never acted on? If you are honest with yourself, you will see that the only thing standing in your way is you, not your job, not your family, not your past, not your environment. You, the only way to move forward is to accept this truth. Taking full control starts with shifting your mindset. You must decide right now that you are responsible for everything in your life. Not just the good things, but the bad things too. The moment you accept responsibility, you take back your power. You stop waiting for things to change. You stop hoping for better circumstances. You stop wishing that life would get easier. Instead, you take action. You create change. You make things happen. Some people spend their entire lives waiting. They wait for the right time. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait until they feel ready, but waiting is an excuse. The right time will never come. The perfect opportunity will never appear, and you will never feel fully ready. If you keep waiting, you will waste years of your life standing in the same place. The only way forward is to act now. Taking full control means doing what needs to be done, even when it is hard, even when it is uncomfortable, even when you do not feel like it. Most people let their emotions control them. They only take action when they are motivated. They only put in effort when they feel inspired. But winners do not operate this way. Winners take control of their emotions. They do what is necessary, no matter how they feel. Success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about decisions. It is about habits. It is about showing up every single day and putting in the work. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who refused to make excuses. They are the ones who took control of their destiny. If you want to change your life, you must change your approach. No more excuses. No more blaming. No more waiting. Starting today, take ownership of your time, your habits, your mindset, and your actions. If something is not working, change it. If you are not where you want to be, do something about it. If you keep failing, learn from it and move forward. But do not make excuses. Do not waste time complaining. Do not allow yourself to stay stuck. Every excuse you make is a decision to stay the same. Every time you blame something outside of yourself, you are choosing to remain where you are. But you have the power to change. You have the ability to take full control. You just have to make the decision to do it. And you must make that decision now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now your life is yours. Your future is yours. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. It is all on you. That is the truth. But it is also the most empowering truth, because it means that you have the power to turn everything around. You have the power to create the life you want. You have the power to become unstoppable. But only if you stop making excuses and take full control now. Number 6. Raise your expectations and never tolerate mediocrity again. The quality of your life is determined by the standards you set for yourself. If you accept mediocrity, you will live a mediocre life. If you tolerate average effort, you will get average results. But if you raise your expectations, everything changes. Your mind, your actions, and your future will rise to meet the new standard you set. You cannot expect success while operating with low expectations. You cannot demand excellence from life while accepting less from yourself. Look at where you are right now. Every result in your life, your health, your finances, your relationships, your mindset, is a reflection of what you have accepted as normal. If you are not satisfied, it is because you have tolerated less than what you are capable of. You have allowed yourself to operate at a level that does not match your true potential. And as long as you keep accepting less, you will keep getting less. Raising your expectations means refusing to accept anything below your best. It means setting a higher standard for how you think, how you work, and how you live. It means eliminating lazy habits, cutting out negative influences, and demanding more from yourself every single day. When you decide that you will not settle for anything less than excellence, you force yourself to grow. You force yourself to level up. Some people go through life making excuses for why they are not where they want to be. They blame their past, their circumstances, or other people. But the real problem is that they never expected more from themselves. They never held themselves to a higher standard. They never made the decision to demand excellence. If you want to change your life, that decision must be made today. Never tolerate mediocrity again. Mediocrity is what happens when you stop challenging yourself. It is what happens when you accept being comfortable instead of striving for something greater. It is what happens when you let yourself believe that good enough is actually good enough. But good enough is not enough. If you are not growing, you are falling behind. If you are not improving, you are getting worse. People who live extraordinary lives do not tolerate low effort. They do not allow themselves to operate at half their potential. They push themselves beyond their limits. They expect more from themselves than anyone else ever will. That is what separates winners from everyone else. The difference is not luck. It is not talent. It is not opportunity. It is the standard they set and the level of effort they demand from themselves. Look at your daily habits. Are you giving 100% effort, or are you just doing enough to get by? Are you pushing yourself to grow, or are you settling for what is easy? Are you surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, or are you spending time with those who hold you back? Every decision you make either raises your standards or lowers them. Every action you take moves you forward or keeps you stuck. Raising your expectations is not just about setting bigger goals. It is about the small details. It is about how you carry yourself. It is about the way you approach challenges. It is about how disciplined you are with your time, your habits, and your commitments. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you allow yourself to slack in one area, that mindset will spread into every part of your life. Mediocrity is a choice. You choose it every time you take the easy way out. You choose it every time you avoid discomfort. You choose it every time you accept less than what you are capable of. But excellence is also a choice. And that choice must be made every single day. It is not something you do once in a while. It must become a way of life. Starting today, demand more from yourself. Set a higher standard and refuse to back down from it. Cut out excuses. Cut out laziness. Cut out anything that does not align with the future you want. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait until you feel ready. The time is now. Your future depends on the expectations you set today. If you want to win, raise your expectations and never tolerate mediocrity again. Number 7. Develop unstoppable discipline and push yourself every day. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done. Whether you feel like it or not, it is waking up early, working when you are tired, and staying focused when distractions try to pull you away. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, goals remain dreams. Without discipline, nothing changes. If you want to raise your standards, you must develop unstoppable discipline and push yourself every single day. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, and other days you feel like doing nothing. If you wait until you feel like working, you will never get anywhere. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation disappears. It is the voice in your head that says, "Get up and do it anyway." It is the force that keeps you consistent, even when the excitement fades. Look at the people who succeed in any area of life. The ones who build wealth, master their craft, or transform their bodies. They are not the most motivated. They are not the most talented. They are the most disciplined. They show up every day and put in the work. They push through discomfort. They stay committed when others quit. They do not give themselves the option to slack off. That is what separates them from everyone else. Discipline is built through action. It is not something you are born with. It is something you train. Every time you push yourself when you do not feel like it, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you wake up early, when you would rather sleep in, you get stronger. Every time you choose to work, instead of making excuses, you develop the mindset of a winner. It is a muscle. And just like any muscle, It grows through repetition. If you want to build unstoppable discipline, you must stop giving yourself easy options. Do not negotiate with yourself. Do not give yourself a way out. When you set a goal, commit to it fully. If you say you are going to do something, follow through. No excuses, no exceptions. The moment you allow yourself to skip a workout, procrastinate on your work, or slack off on your goals, you weaken your discipline. Pushing yourself every day is not about working until you collapse. It is about making sure that every day you are moving forward. Some days that means pushing your limits and going harder than ever. Other days it means doing the bare minimum to stay on track. But there is no day where you do nothing. There is no day where you let laziness take over. The goal is progress, not perfection. Most people live by their feelings. If they feel tired, they rest. If they feel unmotivated, they do nothing. If they feel overwhelmed, they quit. That is why most people never achieve their goals. They let their emotions control them. If you want to be different, you must flip the switch. Stop making decisions based on feelings. Make decisions based on commitment. Tell yourself, I do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel. That is how you build an unstoppable mindset. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when the work feels too hard. Days when you wonder if it is even worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Winners push through when others give up. They understand that discipline is not about feeling good. It is about doing what is necessary. Success is not about how you feel in the moment. It is about what you consistently do over time. Building discipline requires removing distractions. If you surround yourself with lazy people, you will become lazy. If you fill your time with entertainment and comfort, you will never develop the strength to push yourself. If you want to be disciplined, create an environment that forces you to be better. Cut out the things that slow you down. Make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. Discipline is a lifelong commitment. There is no finish line. The moment you stop pushing yourself, you start to decline. Every day you must prove to yourself that you are in control. Every day you must take one more step toward your goals. The path to success is not easy, but it is simple. Do the work. Stay consistent. Never make excuses. That is how you win. That is how you develop unstoppable discipline and push yourself every single day. Number 8. Speak with confidence and carry yourself with strength. How you speak and how you carry yourself directly influences how the world perceives you. And more importantly, how you perceive yourself. Speaking with confidence and carrying yourself with strength is not just about physical appearance or posture. It's about the way you project your energy into the world. It's about owning every space you step into, asserting your value, and making it clear that you are not here to take up a small place in life. You are here to make an impact. Confidence is not something that magically happens overnight. It is built through experience, practice, and self-belief. The more you speak with confidence, the more you will begin to believe in yourself. And when you truly believe in yourself, your presence changes. People will notice. You will notice. And the best part is, your confidence will continue to grow as you make it a habit. When you speak with confidence, you're telling the world that you value your thoughts, your ideas, and your experiences. Your words become powerful tools for change, influence, and inspiration. The way you speak can determine how others treat you. If you speak with uncertainty or hesitance, others will perceive you as uncertain. But when you speak confidently, even in difficult situations, people will listen to you. They will respect you. And more importantly, they will take you seriously. Every word you speak matters. Every sentence, every conversation is an opportunity to assert your value. Speak clearly. Speak assertively. Your tone should reflect your belief in what you are saying. Whether you are speaking to one person or a group, make it a point to deliver your message with power and conviction. If you stand tall with your head held high and speak with a steady, strong voice, your words will carry weight. But confidence in your speech is only part of the equation. How you carry yourself is just as important. Body language speaks volumes. When you walk into a room with your shoulders back, your chest open, and your head held high, You send a message before you even say a word. People take notice. Your posture says, I am confident. I am capable. I am here to lead. This is not arrogance. It is self-assurance. It is the recognition that you have a right to take up space in this world. The way you walk, the way you stand, and the way you hold yourself can either make you appear weak or powerful. When you slouch, look down, or keep your head down, you signal that you don't believe in yourself. You signal that you're unsure or unworthy. But when you stand tall, look people in the eye, and walk with purpose, you communicate that you have self-respect. You communicate that you are in control of your life and your destiny. Imagine yourself walking into any situation, whether it's a business meeting, a social gathering, or even a casual conversation, and imagine doing so with a strong sense of self-assurance. How do you feel? How do others respond to you? People are drawn to strength. People respect those who carry themselves with power. But power doesn't come from physical strength alone. It comes from your inner belief in your own worth. It comes from knowing that you have the right to be where you are, and to speak with authority. Now let's get real. Confidence doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you need to know all the answers. It doesn't mean you will never feel fear or doubt. Confidence is simply the willingness to show up, be present and engage with life, without letting fear or uncertainty hold you back. Confidence is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the person who knows exactly who they are, and stands firm in their own truth. Confidence is also about being authentic. You don't need to fake it. You don't need to put on a front. People can tell when you're not being real. And when you are authentic, your confidence shines through. Your presence becomes magnetic. People are drawn to your energy, to the strength in your voice, and to the way you carry yourself with integrity. In any conversation, the way you communicate has a powerful impact. When you speak, be intentional with your words. Speak with clarity, conviction, and purpose. Avoid second-guessing yourself. Stop apologizing for speaking up. Be direct. Own your thoughts. Don't shrink back from difficult conversations. People respect those who can hold their ground and express their views with strength. And even when you are unsure or making a mistake, it is still possible to speak with confidence. Confidence is not about having all the answers. It's about knowing that you are capable of finding them and learning along the way. One important aspect of speaking with confidence is the way you listen. When you actively listen to others, you show respect. You demonstrate that you value what they have to say, and in turn others will value you more. Listening with confidence means being fully present in the moment, focusing on the speaker, and engaging with their message. It means not interrupting, and not being afraid to ask questions, or share your perspective. When you listen with confidence, it's clear that you value the conversation, and are ready to engage at a deeper level. Your ability to speak with confidence will have a ripple effect on your life. It will shape how people perceive you, and how you perceive yourself. But it also builds the courage to take action in all areas of life. The more you speak with authority, the more you will be able to lead others. You will be able to step into situations where you might once have hesitated. You will be able to express your ideas freely and powerfully. And in time, this will translate into bigger opportunities and greater success. If you struggle with confidence, start small. Practice speaking up in situations where you may typically shy away. Start with small groups and work your way up to larger audiences. Make a commitment to yourself that you will no longer remain silent when you have something valuable to contribute. Take every opportunity to speak with purpose. The more you practice, the easier it will become. The way you carry yourself speaks louder than any words ever could. Every room you walk into is your opportunity to project strength. The way you walk, stand, and present yourself sends a message about your inner belief. Carry yourself with pride and integrity. Stand tall and assert your presence. When you do this, others will be drawn to you. They will respect you. They will listen to you. And they will value what you have to say. Now let's talk about how to maintain that confidence in the face of adversity. Confidence is not about being perfect or never doubting yourself. It's about learning how to rise after setbacks, to stand tall after being knocked down. It's about knowing that even when things don't go according to plan, you have the strength to keep going. If you want to speak with confidence, you must also learn how to handle rejection, failure, and criticism. When others challenge you or try to bring you down, stay firm, stay confident in who you are and what you stand for. Do not let anyone or anything shake your belief in yourself. Confidence grows with experience. The more you practice speaking with power and carrying yourself with strength, the more natural it becomes. So take action every day. Speak confidently. Carry yourself with strength. Never back down from your own worth. When you do this, you will command the respect you deserve, and your life will reflect the strength and power you carry within. Number 9. Hold yourself accountable and never lower your standards. Holding yourself accountable is a crucial part of raising your standards. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others or the situation when things don't go the way you want them to. But the truth is, you are the one who has the power to change your situation. You are the one who can take control. And the first step in doing that is holding yourself accountable for every decision, every action, and every outcome in your life. Accountability is not about waiting for someone else to make sure you do what you say you're going to do. It's about looking in the mirror and owning your results, good or bad. It means being brutally honest with yourself about your efforts and taking full responsibility for your progress. When you stop making excuses and start holding yourself accountable, you will see a major shift in your life. The problem with most people is that they have a habit of lowering their standards when they face obstacles. They tell themselves that it's okay to settle for less or everyone else is doing it, but this is where you separate yourself from the crowd. You refuse to lower your standards no matter what. When you have high standards for yourself, there will always be people who try to convince you that it's too much or that you're asking for too much. But you need to stay firm. You need to stay resolute in your decision that you are not going to accept anything less than what you deserve. Life will challenge you, and there will be moments when things don't go according to plan. But in those moments, you have a choice. You can either lower your standards and let the challenges define you, or you can rise to the occasion and hold yourself accountable for meeting your expectations. The difference between the two will determine whether you're making progress or staying stagnant. Accountability requires you to face your own actions, look at your results, and ask yourself, did I do everything I could? Did I give it my all? If the answer is no, then you must take ownership of that. Recognize where you fell short, learn from it, and commit to doing better next time. It's easy to point fingers at circumstances outside your control, but real progress begins when you take responsibility for your actions. When you hold yourself accountable, you're saying that you believe in your own potential. You're saying that you trust yourself to make the right decisions and take the necessary steps to move forward. This isn't about being perfect. This is about committing to continuous improvement, even when things get tough. Accountability isn't something that can be left to chance. It's something you have to instill in yourself every single day. It starts by setting clear goals for yourself, goals that align with the high standards you've set for your life. But it doesn't stop there. You must make a commitment to take consistent action toward those goals, even when the initial excitement fades. The first few days or weeks might feel easy, but as time goes on, the real test begins. When motivation starts to wane and distractions start to creep in, it's your accountability that will keep you on track. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation to drive them. They rely on accountability. They hold themselves to the highest standards regardless of the challenges they face. They don't let excuses or setbacks derail them. Instead, they use those obstacles as fuel to push themselves even harder. This is what separates the winners from the ones who settle for less. It's important to recognize that the only person who can change your life is you. No one else is going to come and do the work for you. The time you waste waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions is time you'll never get back. The moment you decide to take full accountability for your actions, you shift the power back to yourself. You stop waiting for others to change things for you. You stop waiting for things to get easier. You take control of your future. Once you start holding yourself accountable, the next step is to stop making excuses. Excuses are the killers of success. They create a false sense of comfort and prevent you from doing what needs to be done. They trick you into thinking that your circumstances are out of your control and that you have no choice but to settle for less. But the truth is, excuses are just a form of self-deception. They are a way to justify why you aren't meeting your potential. The moment you recognize an excuse for what it is, you can eliminate it. When you make excuses, you are essentially lowering your standards. You are telling yourself that you are okay with not giving your best. You are telling yourself that it's fine to stay where you are, rather than striving for something better. But when you refuse to make excuses and take full responsibility for your actions, you take control of your destiny. You raise your standards and never allow yourself to fall back into the trap of mediocrity. As you begin to hold yourself accountable, you will find that your life starts to change. Your mindset shifts. You stop making excuses and start making progress. You stop tolerating mediocrity and start demanding excellence from yourself. Your actions become more focused, more deliberate, and more intentional. And as your standards continue to rise, so will your results. There is a key to long-term success, and it lies in never lowering your standards. Life will try to tempt you to settle, to take shortcuts, or to cut corners, but true success is built on a foundation of integrity and self-respect. When you hold yourself accountable, you never compromise on your values, you never settle for less than what you know you deserve, and you never let failure or setbacks define you. Holding yourself accountable is not just about taking responsibility for the actions you've taken. It's also about being honest with yourself when you fall short. It's about learning from your mistakes, adjusting your approach, and getting back up when you're knocked down. Accountability means being your own biggest critic, but also your biggest supporter. It means being tough on yourself when necessary, but also showing yourself grace when you need it. As you continue to hold yourself accountable and never lower your standards, you will start to attract others who share the same mindset. You will surround yourself with people who are also committed to growth and excellence. Your relationships will improve, your opportunities will increase, and your confidence will soar. Accountability is contagious. When you hold yourself to the highest standards, you inspire those around you to do the same. The key to raising your standards and achieving greatness is holding yourself accountable every single day. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start right now. Take full responsibility for your actions, stop making excuses, and refuse to settle for anything less than the best. The moment you hold yourself accountable, your life will begin to change in ways you never thought possible.
Number 10. Embrace challenges and demand the best from your life. Embracing challenges is one of the most powerful actions you can take to elevate your life and raise your standards. Life is never easy, and if you wait for the perfect moment, or for things to get easier, you will be waiting forever. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities. Opportunities to prove your resilience, opportunities to grow stronger, and opportunities to show what you are really made of. So stop shying away from difficulties and start welcoming them. Every challenge you face is an invitation to level up. It's easy to look at difficult situations and feel overwhelmed, but if you look deeper, you will see that every challenge presents a chance for you to improve yourself. The people who succeed are not the ones who avoid challenges, but the ones who face them head on. They don't run from problems, they run toward them with a mindset that says, I can handle this. When you demand the best from your life, you need to understand that challenges are a part of the process. They are not signs that you're doing something wrong. They are proof that you're moving in the right direction. If you aren't facing challenges, you aren't growing. If you're not being tested, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And the minute you accept this truth, you will stop fearing challenges and start embracing them. The reality is, no one ever became great by playing it safe. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. You can't raise your standards and expect to stay in the same place. Growth requires discomfort. It requires you to step outside of what's familiar and reach for something greater. And as you face challenges, you'll discover that you are capable of so much more than you ever imagined. You will develop skills, resilience, and strengths that you never knew you had. You will find parts of yourself that were dormant until you were forced to push through the hard times. Embracing challenges also means that you stop seeing setbacks as failures. When you face a challenge, it's easy to get discouraged and think that it's a sign that you're not cut out for success. But failure is only a failure when you quit. As long as you keep going, as long as you keep fighting, setbacks are simply lessons. They are the things that teach you how to succeed. Challenges are the tools that sharpen you and prepare you for the bigger victories ahead. Without them, you would never grow. If you want to raise your standards, you have to learn to demand more from yourself in the face of adversity. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well. It's easy to take action when the path is clear and the journey is smooth. But true strength comes when you face the storm and keep moving forward. You can't afford to back down when things get tough. You have to rise to the occasion, push through, and come out stronger on the other side. One of the keys to embracing challenges is to develop a mindset that sees obstacles as stepping stones rather than barriers. Every time you overcome something difficult, you become better. You become more capable. You develop a sense of self-worth that is built not on the easy times, but on the difficult ones. This is what allows you to demand the best from yourself. You are no longer someone who runs from hardship. You are someone who rises through it. When you demand the best from your life, it's not just about achieving material success or accolades. It's about demanding the highest standards from yourself in every area of your life. It's about deciding that you will not settle for mediocrity, and that you will not allow yourself to give less than your best. And this starts by embracing the challenges that come your way. It starts by choosing to step up every time you face adversity. And it starts by refusing to let fear or doubt dictate your actions. Demanding the best from your life means raising your expectations, not just for the outcome but for the journey as well. The road to success is not a straight line. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. But when you embrace those moments as opportunities, when you face each challenge with the mindset that you can and will overcome it, you will start to create the life you want. You will create a life of growth, progress, and success because you won't back down when things get tough. The beauty of embracing challenges is that it forces you to take ownership of your life. You are no longer waiting for life to hand you an easy path. You are taking responsibility for the direction of your life, and you are choosing to move forward regardless of what comes your way. The more you face challenges, the more you will develop confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. And the more confidence you have, the more you will raise your standards. You will begin to expect greatness from yourself, and you will no longer accept anything less. As you demand the best from your life, it's important to remember that challenges are not something to fear. They are a necessary part of your journey. They are what will push you to become the person you need to be in order to reach your goals. And as you continue to push yourself, you will see that the challenges you once feared will become the very things that shape your success. When you stop avoiding challenges and start embracing them, you become unstoppable. There is no obstacle that can stand in your way. There is no setback that can hold you back. You will have the strength, the mindset, and the resilience to overcome anything. And when you do, you will realize that your standards have been raised, not because life handed you everything you wanted, but because you demanded more from yourself. The life you want is not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. It's going to require hard work, persistence, and most importantly, the willingness to embrace challenges. You can't sit back and expect things to get easier. You have to step up and demand the best from yourself, even when it's difficult, because that's when real growth happens. That's when you become the person you are meant to be. So don't shy away from the challenges. Embrace them, face them head on with confidence and determination, and demand the best from your life. Because when you do, you will unlock the potential within you to achieve greatness. You will raise your standards and your life will be transformed.